What if I told you there's a secret vault of summer fragrances that smell just as incredible as the most expensive bottles on the market, but cost a fraction of the price? Well, my friends, today that vault is being opened. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jesse, and if you're new here, this is where we dive deep into the world of men's and unisex fragrances without the fluff or fake hype. Today, we're exploring something special. 9 clone fragrances from my personal collection that are absolutely crushing it this summer of 2025. Now, before we get started, let me be crystal clear about something. None of these brands is paying me a single penny to feature their fragrances. What you're about to hear are my genuine thoughts after months of wearing these scents. Some of these bottles have been in my rotation for over a year, so this isn't some quick first impression nonsense. If you're someone who wants to smell incredible this summer without emptying your bank account, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up. But here's the thing, we're not just talking about budget options here. Some of these clones actually outperform their expensive inspirations. Sounds impossible? Stick around and I'll prove it to you. Let's dive into the first fragrance that's been absolutely dominating my summer rotation. First up, we have Afnan Turathi Blue. And if you haven't heard of this one yet, you're about to become very familiar with it. This is Afnan's take on Bulgari Tiger. And let me tell you something, this isn't just a clone, it's a statement. When you first spray Turathi Blue, you're hit with this incredible burst of grapefruit and citrus that's so vibrant, it's like someone just peeled a fresh orange right under your nose. But here's where it gets interesting. About 15 minutes in, this beautiful amber and woody backbone starts emerging, and suddenly you realize why this fragrance has such a cult following. The scent profile here is absolutely gorgeous. You're getting that champagne bubbly grapefruit opening, followed by warming ginger and musk that creates this perfect balance between fresh and sophisticated. What really impressed me is how well blended everything becomes in the dry down. It's like watching a perfectly orchestrated symphony where every note knows exactly when to shine. Now, performance-wise, this thing is a beast. I'm getting solid 8 to 10 hours on skin, with a projection that commands respect without being obnoxious. The best part? You can grab this for around $40, while Bulgari Tiger will set you back over $100. The only difference I notice is that Turathi Blue has a slightly more scattered opening. Think of it as the notes being more spread out before they settle into that tight, beautiful composition. But here's what really sold me on this fragrance. Moving on to something completely different, we have Rasasi Hawas Ice, and this fragrance is pure summer energy in a bottle. If you're familiar with the original Hawas, this is like its cooler, more sophisticated younger brother who just graduated from college and got his first job. The opening here is absolutely intoxicating. You get this beautiful blend of apple and bergamot, but then this gorgeous mint note comes through that makes everything feel incredibly fresh and modern. What really sets this apart is the plum and cardamom in the heart. It creates this sweet, slightly spicy complexity that keeps you coming back for more. Here's the thing about Hawas Ice that might surprise you. It's incredibly sweet, but not in an artificial way. Think of it like biting into a perfectly ripe piece of fruit on a hot summer day. Some people find it too sweet, but I think that's exactly what makes it so attractive and memorable. The performance on this one is absolutely insane. I sprayed this on a t-shirt 3 days ago, and I can still catch whiffs of it. On skin, you're looking at 12 to 15 hours easy, with a projection that fills a room. The musk in the base is prominent, which gives it this incredible lasting power, but it never feels heavy or cloying. What I love most about this fragrance is how it makes me feel. It's energizing, it's confident, and it just puts you in a good mood. Perfect for those days when you want to feel unstoppable. Speaking of unstoppable, wait until you hear about this next fragrance. Now we're getting into some seriously unique territory with Ophidian Mango Bliss by Paris Corner. This is their clone of Stefan Hubert Lucas's God of Fire. And guys, when I tell you this fragrance is addictive, I mean it literally kept me awake thinking about it. The star of the show here is obviously the mango, but this isn't just any mango scent. This smells like someone took the juiciest, most perfectly ripe mango, you've ever tasted and somehow captured that exact moment in a bottle. The opening is this explosion of mango, ginger, and lemon that immediately transports you to a tropical paradise. But here's where it gets interesting. As it develops, you start picking up these beautiful red berry notes and a subtle jasmine that adds this gorgeous floral complexity. The whole composition has this bubblegum sweetness that some people might find too playful, but I think that's exactly what makes summer fragrances so special. The performance on this one is absolutely nuclear. I'm talking 18 hours on skin, multiple days on clothes. It's almost super glue level in terms of how it clings to your skin. You definitely want to go easy on the trigger with this one because a little goes a very long way. What really impressed me is how the mango note stays prominent throughout the entire journey. A lot of fruity fragrances lose that fruit in the dry down, but this one keeps that gorgeous mango sweetness from start to finish. If you're a mango lover, this is an absolute must try. Now, if tropical isn't your thing, don't worry, because this next fragrance is taking us in a completely different direction. Here we have Fragrance World's Aether Extrait, which is their interpretation of Parfums de Marly Greenly. And this fragrance is pure sophistication in a bottle. When I first got this, I was blown away by the presentation. This bottle feels premium, it looks expensive, and the atomizer is absolutely perfect. The scent profile here is what I call expensive green. You get this beautiful green apple opening that's crisp and fresh, followed by bergamot and mandarin that add this gorgeous citrus brightness. But what really makes this special is the oak moss and cedar in the heart. It creates this green woody sophistication that feels both modern and timeless. This is one of those fragrances that smells much more expensive than it actually is. The blend quality here is exceptional. Everything flows together seamlessly, and you can tell they really paid attention to the composition. The green apple never feels artificial, the woody notes are rich and full, and the overall balance is just perfect. Performance-wise, you're looking at 6 to 8 hours, which is pretty standard for this type of fresh fragrance. Some people complain about the longevity, but here's the thing. Parfums de Marly Greenly has similar performance and costs 3 times as much. You're getting the same experience for a fraction of the price. What I love about this fragrance is its versatility. It works beautifully in office environments, it's perfect for casual outings, and it even has enough sophistication for dinner dates. If you want one fragrance that can handle multiple situations, this is it. But let's talk about something that's perfect for those scorching hot days. Zimaya Mazaaj Infused is this brand's take on Louis Vuitton imagination. And if you're looking for the perfect hot weather fragrance, this might just be it. This is what I reach for when the temperature hits 30 degrees and I still want to smell incredible. The beauty of this fragrance is in its simplicity. You get clean citrus, a gorgeous neroli note, and this subtle tea accord that creates this incredibly fresh, clean feeling. It's not complex. It's not trying to be the most unique thing in the world. It just smells really, really good. What makes this perfect for hot weather is how it interacts with your skin temperature. As your body heat increases, this fragrance becomes even more beautiful. It never gets overwhelming, it never gets cloying. It just stays consistently fresh and clean. The performance is exactly what you'd expect from this type of fragrance. You're looking at 6 to 7 hours, but it stays close to the skin, which is perfect for intimate settings or professional environments. Sometimes you don't want to announce your presence from across the room, and this fragrance understands that perfectly. Here's what really sold me on this one. After wearing it for a full day, multiple people asked me what I was wearing because I smelled so clean and fresh. That's the power of a well-executed, simple fragrance. Now, if you want something that's the complete opposite of simple, ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about Lattafa Atlas, because this fragrance is absolutely insane. This is their interpretation of Orto Parisi Megamar, and let me be very clear about something. This is not for everyone. Atlas is what I call a nuclear aquatic. The opening is this intense blast of salty sea air, mineral notes, and citrus that hits you like a wave. It's marine, it's powerful, and it's unlike anything else in my collection. Some people describe it as smelling like the ocean. Others say it's too intense, but everyone agrees it's memorable. The performance on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. I sprayed this on a t-shirt, threw it in the laundry, and I could still smell it after it came out of the wash. On skin, you're looking at 24 hours easy with a projection that fills rooms. This is what people mean when they talk about beast mode fragrances. Here's the thing about Atlas. You either love it or you hate it. There's no middle ground. It's challenging, it's unique, and it definitely makes a statement. If you're someone who wants to smell exactly like everyone else, skip this one. But if you want something that's going to turn heads and start conversations, this is your fragrance. What I appreciate about Atlas is its honesty. It's not trying to be mass appealing or crowd pleasing. It knows exactly what it is, and it does that thing better than almost anything else. Speaking of things that know what they are, Club de Nuit Milestone is Armav's take on Creed Millésime Imperial, and this is what I consider the perfect gateway summer fragrance. If you're new to the fragrance game or you want something that's going to work in any situation, this is where you start. The scent profile here is absolutely beautiful. You get these gorgeous red berry notes up top, followed by this smooth aquatic base and clean musk. It's fresh without being aggressive, sophisticated without being pretentious, and versatile without being boring. What really impressed me about Milestone is how smooth everything is. There are no sharp edges, no jarring transitions. It just flows beautifully from start to finish. The berry notes never get too sweet, the aquatic elements never get too salty, and the musk never gets too heavy. Performance-wise, you're looking at 8 to 10 hours with good projection for the first few hours before settling into a beautiful skin scent. It's the type of fragrance that people notice without being overwhelmed by. This is what I recommend to guys who want to get compliments without taking any risks. It's crowd-pleasing, it's attractive, and it's priced so reasonably that there's really no excuse not to try it. Now let's talk about something that's not a clone at all. Here's where we break from the clone talk, because Afnan 9 PM Rebel isn't copying anyone. It's doing its own thing, and it's doing it incredibly well. This is a pineapple fragrance, and when I say pineapple, I mean photorealistic. Perfectly captured makes your mouth water pineapple. When I first sprayed this, I wasn't immediately impressed. But here's the thing about this fragrance. It gets better with time. After letting it sit for a few weeks, this beautiful caramel note started coming through that transforms the entire composition. The pineapple here isn't tropical vacation pineapple. It's more like opening a container of fresh cut pineapple and getting that intense, concentrated fruit aroma. It's sweet, it's juicy, and it's incredibly realistic. The caramel adds this gorgeous depth that makes the whole thing feel more sophisticated. But here's what really blew me away. The performance. This thing lasts forever. I'm getting 12 to 14 hours on skin, with a projection that doesn't quit. For a summer fragrance to have this kind of longevity is really impressive. What I love about 9 PM Rebel is how unique it is. In a world where every brand is trying to clone something else, here's a fragrance that's just doing its own thing and doing it really well. Finally, let's talk about our last fragrance. Closing out our list is Fomo's Fraghead's Asylum, which is their interpretation of Rohadov Elysium. This one's special because it's from Fragrance World's higher-end line, and you can really feel the difference in quality. The scent profile here is classic citrus sophistication. Grapefruit, lemon, and pink pepper create this gorgeous, refined opening that feels expensive from the first spray. What sets this apart is the woody musk base that adds depth and complexity without getting heavy. The quality here is really impressive. The citrus feels natural, the woods are rich and full, and the overall composition has this effortless elegance that's hard to find in budget fragrances. It's the type of scent that makes you stand a little taller. Performance is solid. You're looking at 8 hours with good projection that settles into a beautiful skin scent. It's refined enough for business meetings, but fresh enough for weekend adventures. What I appreciate about this one is how it evolved over time. When I first got it, it was good. After a few weeks of maceration, it became great. That woody base really opened up and added this gorgeous complexity that wasn't there initially. So, there you have it. 9 incredible clone fragrances that are absolutely dominating my summer rotation. Each one brings something different to the table, whether it's the citrus energy of Turathi Blue, the tropical sweetness of Mango Bliss, or the nuclear performance of Atlas. If I had to pick just three for someone starting their summer fragrance journey, I'd go with Turathi Blue for everyday versatility, Hawas Ice for those times when you want to make an impression, and Milestone for situations where you can't go wrong. The best part about all of these, you could literally buy all 9 fragrances for less than the cost of 2 designer bottles, and you'd have more variety and performance than most expensive collections. Here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these fragrances caught your attention. Have you tried any of them? Which one are you planning to add to your collection next? Your feedback helps other fragrance lovers make informed decisions. If this video helped you discover your next signature scent, smash that like button and subscribe for more honest fragrance reviews. I've got some incredible content coming up, including a deep dive into the best winter clones that are already turning heads. Remember, great fragrance isn't about spending the most money. It's about finding scents that make you feel confident, attractive, and authentically yourself. These 9 fragrances prove that incredible quality and amazing performance don't have to break the bank. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, smell and feel good. Stay fragrant.